Another upper dominant MetCon, and the objective here is going to be very similar, just we're going to change the planes of the movement patterns, and we're going to change up sort of how difficult this is to be able to do. We're going to use a combination of front loaded muscles and back loaded muscles. So the first one's called the crank. So she's going to go 5 in one direction, nice quick and tight, again pulsing through the core, strong stable shoulders, clockwise, then counterclockwise. You can also just go clockwise and go counterclockwise on the second set. Good, so she's going to stop now and start doing hinge pulls. So what she's going to do here is she straddles over top of the rope, she takes a strong forward lean, she drives through her glutes, and she's going to hip extend all the way as the arms drive up and forward. So you reach right back between the legs, you get a stable posture through your core, and you drive hard through your feet, and then extend all the way through the hips and into a full standing pattern. She's going to bring that rope all the way in. Good, in this case she's going to cut it short. She's going to grab the end of the rope, she's going to sprint it back to the beginning. So this is meant to be a fast run back. Good. And then you would come back and repeat the process doing the cranks in the opposite direction, either counterclockwise or clockwise. Alright, I got you going. Okay, so this next WOD is strictly a cardio WOD. So we're going to use a combination of a full body multi-joint cardio, which is going to come off the Concept 2 rower right now. Is this full body is going to leg drive followed by a pull. So the focus on the pulling action is nice strong shoulder position, forward lean, legs are fully flexed, and you're going to drive into extension, the arms stay relatively straight, and then finish late with a pull. Then you want to keep your legs relatively straight as your arms release, and then drive from the legs, finish with the pull. And you got a low to high pattern on the rowing action. Generally speaking, now she's going to speed it up because this is meant to be a WOD. So your objective here would be to challenge yourself. Usually you want to have strokes per minute somewhere between about 28 and 32. And you want to try and keep your time per 500 meters on the display in front of you and try and stay fairly consistent in whatever pattern you can go. And then towards the end, try and drop the hammer a little bit. So she's going to try and cover off 500 meters, which you would be able to see on the display. We're going to assume she's done her 500 at this point. She's going to drop, she's going into skipping next. So this would be 100 skips. If you're good at double unders, you can do half the double unders, but the objective would be just to keep it nice and tight and quick. Good, and go back to normal skipping. Good. So just singles for those of you who just don't know how to do singles. And again, so you're going to try and get 100 in. This is great ankle mobility and springs through the calf muscles, and a little bit of knee flexion involved as well. And then we're moving on to 3-foot lateral balance. So in this case, you'll notice on the floor, there's natural sort of, each block represents just over 3 feet. So she's going to go from line to line on the floor. She's going to jump, she's going to reach and touch. She's going to try and keep her chest up so she's in a relatively flat back position. And these are known as 3-foot lateral skaters, okay? She's going to skate side to side. And again, here are the numbers she's going to put in on this one is 50. So she's going to do 50 jumps. So anywhere between 30 and 50 would be sufficient depending on your client's fitness levels. Each of the amount that's done in each of these intervals can be changed according to the fitness level of your client, capacity of your client. So this is a new to function fast WOD, so functional athletic strength training. So everything's going to revolve around some form of resistance. We're going to start with 2 medicine ball drills and then finish off with could either be a kettlebell or a dumbbell. In this case, Jessica has a handheld medicine ball, but you can also use a medicine ball that does not have handles to successfully complete this WOD. First one's a squat with an overhead reach. Sets and reps will always be dictated by your capacity of your clients at any given moment. So she squats down, she lowers her heels, the ball ends up in a sumo squat type position. The stance is at least shoulder width apart, maybe slightly wider. When she extends overhead, she's reaching back and trying to get good thoracic extension. So she's trying to really open up through the chest and pull back between the shoulder blades without excessively arching the lower back. Good, the next one's called the figure 8. So in this case, she's going to almost think like a kayaker. She's going to pull a long figure 8 pattern. She's going to drive the ball through the hips, longer arms as you go through the hips. So you want to pull the ball through the hip. So it's chop across and pull the ball through the hip. Chop and pull the ball through the hip. You notice the upper body's doing a lot of movement and the lower body's relatively stable. It's easier if you get into a slightly more athletic position with this, so a little more bend. And then now you can really focus on anchoring through the legs and moving through the upper body. Good. The next exercise is a simple kettlebell split squat, so we're moving into the lower body portion of this. So she's going to do what's called a suitcase split squat. You can go ipsilateral or contralateral. In this case, we're going to use contralateral. It's more of a challenge in the core. Good, nice, stable position. You'll notice that her shin angle relative to her, good, see how tibia stays nice and vertical. Her shoulders are nice and strong. The degree of hip extension you have in the bottom isn't as important as the hip extension at the top. Back is flat, posture strong, shoulders pulled down and back, and your grip strength's firm because your grip is actually really related to your shoulder stability. Good, and relax.